Welcome back to V Speaks. My name is V, and to all the returning subbies, I love you. I love you so much. Thank you for coming back. And to all the newbies, please subscribe and tell your friends, tell your friends, tell your friends about V Speaks. This is part 2 of 3. So stage 2 is anger, where denial may be considered as a coping mechanism. Anger is a masking effect. Anger is hiding many of the emotions and pain that you carry. Anger may be redirected at other people, or may aim at inanimate objects. Anger may mask itself in feelings like bitterness or resentment. It may not be clear-cut or rage, but not everybody will experience this stage, and some may linger here. As the anger subsides, however, you may begin to think more rationally about what's happening and feel the emotions you've been pushing aside. Anger. I'm not someone who... Actually, I am. I'm someone who holds grudges. I will be angry at you for the rest of your life. If depending on what happened to me. And man, I was angry from the day my mom went to the hospital. I'm not going to talk about why, because family things, specific people, but I was angry from day one. Then the person who I was angry at showed up for me, and they showed up so much that the anger subsided, because when you live with people and you're closer to one person in a household, for me, I never really experienced everyone except for that person. So because I experienced certain people at arm's length, because I was so focused on my mom, not intentionally, unintentionally, the person who I was angry at, I didn't get to know them properly. So after my mom's death, when we spoke and had conversations and the whys of why things happened the way they happened, I understood. You get what I'm saying? I realized that I don't know all sides of the stories except for one side. So yeah, anger was from day one at the hospital, and then the grief anger was after COVID, or I don't know if it started during COVID or after, but COVID, when it happened, it made me think. Because you're isolated, you're not going anywhere, you're not seeing anyone. And with me it's worse because I live with one person. I live with my dad only, so I didn't see anyone. I don't have a big family, so sitting alone with your thoughts. Your mom just passed away a few months ago. This things happened. People said things. You get angry. I was angry for a very long time. A very long time. I was so angry that I couldn't get over the anger, and the people who I was angry at, when I kept seeing them, my anger got even more, that I had to distance myself for my mental health, because I was like, being this angry is not right. It's not healthy. It's not healthy at all. I wasn't angry at objects or at the world. I didn't do drugs. I didn't drink alcohol. Anger was not much of my coping mechanism, but I knew that it was going to escalate if I did not distance myself with immediate effect. And I did. I distanced myself from a shit ton of people. I lost a ton of friends, but that distance healed me, because I was so... guys, I was so mad. I was so mad. I wasn't mad at the world. When you're angry at people, it's a whole different thing, because these people are alive. I think I was a bit angry at my mom, at like, did you fight? Did you fight to stay alive? You get what I'm saying? Like, what's going on? So yeah, I had a lot of anger, like a shit ton of anger, guys. Sorry for the language, but yeah, I was so angry. Yo, like, and the thing is, I was angry at people. You know when you're angry at someone and you keep seeing them and the anger comes back and it's intense. The anger at grief is very intense. Stage 3 of grief, which is bargaining. During grief, you may feel vulnerable and helpless. In these moments of intense emotions, it's not uncommon to look for ways to regain control or to want to feel like you can affect the outcome of an event. In the bargaining stage of grief, you may find yourself creating a whole lot of what if and if only statements. It's also not uncommon for religious individuals to try to make a deal or promise to God or a higher power in return for healing or relief from the grief and pain. Bargaining is a line of defense against the emotions of grief. It helps you postpone the sadness, confusion, or hurt. So for me in the bargaining stage, I had so many regrets, guys. I had so many regrets. And these regrets were not I regret. What can I say? These regrets were, I should have done this. I should have gone to the clinic with my mom. We should have taken her to the hospital. What if we had done 1, 2, 3? You get what I'm saying? I had so many times where I bargained with myself that if I didn't do 1, 2, 3, my mom would have been alive. You get what I'm saying? But it's a very sad stage, this one. The bargaining. I asked God so many times, God, if you return my mom, I'll go to church every day. I'll do some serving. I'll be an usher, or I'll join the choir. I'll do more. But that's not how life works. I went through so much bargaining, and I think the bargaining stage for me stopped around about last year, end of last year. So I had started to come to terms with the fact that the what ifs and if onlys are just not possible anymore. Like, it's time to accept that you couldn't do what you wanted at that moment, what you thought was right, because when things like this happen to you, they come so at such an unpredictable time and moment, and they are so unreversible. Unfortunately, death is unreversible. At least illness, you can take pills and you can become better, you can eat healthier, for your body to heal itself. But when it comes to death, you can't bring the person back. You can't take time. You can't go back in time and say, okay, I should, okay, now I'm back in time, let me pick her up and drive her to the hospital the first time she got sick. You get what I'm saying? So in the bargaining stage, just remember that you have done all that you could at that moment in time, and just know that it's okay to have your what ifs and if onlys. You get what I'm saying? It's such a natural process. It's so normal to have those type of regrets, at that moment in time. I remember because my mom was so sick, she was grumpy, so I remember fighting with her about how she has such an attitude. Why is she so rude? Why is she so mean? And we didn't speak to each other for like 2 days. One of the 2 days when she was sick, out of the 10 days that she was sick, we didn't speak for 2 days because I was so mad at her. And then all of a sudden I just decided, you know what, I'm gonna let this go because she's sick, so I'm gonna continue taking care of her. Not that I stopped in those 2 days, but like I was just like, hey, what's going on? Why is she behaving like this? You get what I'm saying? But yeah, just take this thing one day at a time, guys. Take it one day at a time. Yeah. Stay tuned for part 3 of grief.